Hello and welcome back to the Altature campaign. I'm your host and GM Nineveh, and with me are Kathea and Sionnarios.
Hello, this is Kathea.
Hey, and this is Sionnarios.
Awesome. This is episode 17, session 16. The last time we finished hiding away all the loose ends with the Wyvern Hunt, and we are now looking into fire season of 1606.
Yes.
I say as if it's
Sounds
not
right.
a question. Yeah. All right. Cool. Good. All right. So yeah, it's now fire season. We've kind of left sea season behind. The temperatures are climbing and will continue to climb through most of the season. Rainfall is going to become more scarce. We've been here once before, right? We've done fire season before. So it's kind of what it's like. Your characters are you have some free time for the first few weeks. You know that you have an appointed schedule with the elves during fertility week.
We already know. Are we just going to meet them there
Yes.
at their place? Okay.
Yeah, well, you don't know exactly how to get there. The location of the grove itself is pretty secretive, but they did arrange to meet you in Altature instead of having to meet you all the way like at your Tula.
Right.
Which is
the 1 day further
convenient.
distance.
Yeah, it saves them some time, and there's another group of people going from Altature.
Right.
True.
Okay.
Yeah. So, there you go. Yeah, so you have a few weeks here, like Disorder Week, Harmony Week, Death Week, the good weeks. And you can you're doing clan stuff, right? So you're doing whatever you do when you're not on adventures. Kathea, of note for you, your seasonal holy day is on Fire Day of Death Week. And so you will have a chance to go through those rites and improve your rune points again, since you spent them all shooting at giant reptiles. Hopefully you'll
Works
do
for
okay.
me.
All right, so we've, again, fire season is one of your larger rites, since it kind of describes Yolorna's like celestial time when the world was younger, and one of the central myths here is about like her befriending and becoming a companion to like the unicorn. You've been through that right before, and you haven't really made a lot of headway as far as like, I don't think you're prepared to try and reenact that at this time.
Nope.
So you'll just kind of go through your rites and attend your seasonal holy day. Is there anything specific you wanted to do while you're there? Like you're going to have like a day where you go, and then a night, you have like the candle ceremony and the like worship rituals and mythic retellings and things of that nature. You offer sacrifices and things as well, tithe.
I have a couple things. First of all, if it makes sense, it would be nice to tell of our success in sea season. I don't know if there's a place here for in a seasonal holiday just to talk about, basically get a chance to brag, as it were.
100%. Yeah, like this is a good time to do that when a lot of people get together. There is a like social portion of the rites, right, where you're basically like hanging out around the temple, that sort of thing, food and things.
Otherwise, pretty much just trying to reconnect with the people I met during our high holy day. If there's anybody new, that's fine. But if not, I don't even know who else is going to be there. But
yeah, there's kind of you get a mix of people, right? So you get some initiates who are like coming down. We're probably only going to come once a year, and this is an easy season to travel in, so they come here now. So you get a lot of those like sorts of initiates, wanderers like yourself, basically. And then you have like your priestesses there, that sort of thing. So,
and then I'll want to reaffirm somewhere that I did the vow. So I don't know if any of that means much, but just point out the stuff I want to do. I don't think I have anything else too much unless there's something that comes up.
Yeah. So you spend your time basically more on the social side of the.
I don't know what else. What else is there I could spend my time?
No,
doing?
That's cool, man. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, it was just if you had anything you wanted to do, I was like, do it now. But if you don't have anything, that's perfectly fine. You socialize, you kind of reaffirm your cult ties. You do community building, right? And then at the end of that, you'll get to go through the process of like actually worshiping your goddess and trying to get some of your magic back.
I'm going to say the other thing. See, this is the third week. So we have like 2.5 weeks fire season before that, assuming we're just doing fire season. I'll
Yes.
probably spend most of that time at the temple. I'm sure realize we'll probably do this at the end of the season, but probably training in skills and or practicing
Absolutely.
or working there or whatever the right term is.
Yep, for sure. Okay, cool. Yeah, when we get to the actual downtime, that's when we'll resolve that mechanically, but it's good to know that you are doing skill training this season.
Right.
Cool. It makes perfect sense. So you're going to spend a couple of weeks of this time doing that. So you're at the temple all the time. You're receiving training. You're leaving briefly, probably to do like patrols and things as required by the clan or your temple, but otherwise you're just learning how to do stuff.
Yep. A little bit of
What
social
skill are
time
you
out.
planning on training?
Probably mostly the direct cult worship and lore type skills.
Okay, so training is a 1 skill per season sort of deal. So you would
I
pick
see what you
one
mean.
for
The
season.
training.
Yeah, like if you're actually training, that's a 1 per season sort of deal.
Okay. I think cult lore would be a good one to train at this point.
Okay, cool. Yep, just make a note that that's what you're training and that's what you're learning. So you're spending a lot of time at the temple, probably really like talking to Culchus, and she's just teaching you like about the cult and about its stories and its symbols and how it's structured. Like you're just learning the more of what's going on. It's cool. Makes sense. Cool. So for during the actual holy day, you will make a worship roll to worship your goddess. So you're like, it's at night, the temple, the big fire thing is lit up, you're under the stars, and you can go ahead and make a worship roll for me. See how it goes.
I have a question here. Is this something that makes sense for me to use a passion for?
You could. I don't see why not.
Okay.
What would you be doing? Devotion, probably.
I was going to use devotion, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, right? I worship my goddess better because I'm devoted to her. That's a reasonable.
And I'm devoting all this towards trying to reconnect for the holy task I vowed to go off and do in her name.
Right, makes sense.
So I'll actually do a speech during all that. Okay. Ooh, and I get a special on my devotion check.
So that'll increase your worship by 30%. Cool. So you very much are feeling it. Like you're very devout. And you get to put a check in your devotion as well. So.
And it's really good I did that because now I make my worship, which I would not have made otherwise.
So did you make your worship roll?
Realize yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm sorry. That
I think I missed
that made the difference. And I did make
I made the difference. Okay.
Yeah, I succeeded.
I apologize. I thought right.
So yes, I succeeded in a worship roll.
Awesome. Good work. Okay. So you will roll 2d6 and get that many points back.
Excellent. I got 5 back, but I've only got 4, so.
Okay. So you get 4 back.
Okay. So I have fully gained back my power. Or my
you have all the power back.
My rune points. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All your rune points are firing. Good job. Cool. Okay. So on the other side of this, Sionnarios, your High Holy Day is later on, I think. And yeah. So what do you do with your time here? You have a few weeks before you go to do your elf stuff, your elven nonsense.
I think the main thing is focusing on the herds and just keeping an eye on them and getting to know the animals and the herding better, since that's where my money is. Also looking for places to maybe plant some barley at some point.
Right.
Since I'm
so
better
that would be something
animals.
That would be something that you would mostly accomplish in like late sea season, but it's also something you can pursue into early fire season. So what you're really doing is picking out like little areas that look too like rocky or otherwise have poor enough soil that they're not good grazing, and you're just like planting barley there because barley is relatively tough. It's not a very input dependent crop, so it doesn't yield as well as wheat, but it's more resistant to like poor soil and drought. So you can definitely do that. So you're kind of wandering around like probably like poke stick planting. I don't know if you've ever you probably haven't done that as a human being in real life, but
I have not. No.
So you basically you plant, because you're not planting like big fields, but you're planting little patches. it's basically what it sounds like. You have a sharpened stick that you poke into the dirt to make a hole, and then you put some seeds in it, and then you cover it up.
Nope. This way we can grow it, and then I can start making IPA. Then when I get better at brewing, I can make actual beer. So
IPA, right.
I don't want to make IPA. It's going to be the first thing I make.
That's fair.
Unintentionally.
That's fair. Makes sense. Are you, so as we're kind of looking forward to hear, like, this is part of your non-adventure time, are you planning on training these skills through your cult or anything, or are you otherwise kicking anything off on that end?
Yeah, I planned on probably adding brewing to the cult list of regular train skills.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so no, okay, for clarity's sake, the downtime 4 skills that you get like every season are not technically training. They're just occupational skills. So you can, as a downtime action, like train one skill. It costs money. It eats up your spare time. So you're not really doing much else. If you wanted to do something like that, that would be something to think about.
Okay, I think I might do that. I think feels almost like a waste with the brewing because I think I already have a good chance of brewing to get a check, I think.
Oh, to get a check. Okay.
If it's almost non-existent, to get an improvement.
Right. It should go up. Yeah, that's fair.
Actually, don't get herding, I think, as a cult skill.
I'll probably
check that.
I'm pretty sure you get it through what the core book calls Aritha and what you would call Uryarda.
Yes.
We're going to localize these cults a little bit.
If I get blessed animals, I just don't get herd.
Right. You can, like, bless them in your role as an initiative, a goddess of fertility, but you don't have, like, the day-to-day handling them skills.
That's fine.
Okay. You could, train that skill. I'm not saying do this. I always want to draw these boundaries. I'm not encouraging any particular course of action, but just because it's not a cult skill doesn't mean you can't train it. It just means that your trainer would be outside your cult, and so you wouldn't pay half price or potentially get it for free. It would just be something you learn. I know money is really tight.
Yeah. It's expensive being rich.
Yeah.
Actually, just look at those prices.
Like I said, you don't have to. It's just something to consider. You can learn a spirit magic spell. Those are actually really expensive.
Yeah. Actually, it's not terrible. The herd isn't, but for training.
Mm-hmm.
For cost.
Okay.
But it's only fire season, as long as we won't get more money, hopefully.
Okay, sure.
Well, I'm going up and looking at my actual herd skill. Yeah, let's train herd. Let's train herd.
Cool. Awesome. So you're going to spend a fair amount of time with someone that's not of your household who will teach you about animals in return for payment. You can pick who that is. Do you want it to be like your dad, who has thus far existed this entire time as a fully realized person?
Yes.
That we just don't talk.
He's my biggest supporter too.
Yeah.
He is.
Yes, go grow barley. I wanted to as a kid, but I never got to.
Yeah, he is. He just because your relationship with him is good, we don't spend a lot of time on it.
It's not as fun.
It doesn't get a lot of camera time.
Oh yes, I will go see if he can teach me about herding. I assume he knows about herding.
Some enough to teach you for sure. He is a barn tar initiate, so he's a plowman, which would imply mostly planting, which has traditionally been the case for your clan. You are much more a plow clan than a herding clan, but he works with oxen quite a bit, and oxen, for the record, are just cattle. An oxen is a cattle that is like a cow that has a job. That's what makes an ox. They're not like special.
Okay.
In any other sense.
Like
if you make a cow do work, it's an ox. If you don't make it do work, it's just a cow. That's it. That's the difference. So as part of that, he would obviously have some skill at like working with oxen, working with cattle, managing them. So he can definitely teach you about it. It's not something you would have learned growing up, though.
No, yeah, I'll take the basics.
Cool. So that'll be something that you're working on. So you're spending a lot of time with like your dad. He's coming out to your place probably a lot and teaching you about your cattle specifically, like helping you look them over and things. Something that Kalor is also handling. Kathea's brother, but you're actually like, I want to learn about this. So that starts off.
So I felt like Kalor could teach me, but I didn't want to put him in a weird place with the other Carls. Since they're competent jerks.
Weird to like try to pay I mean, they can also teach you like about sheep. You have to herd sheep. Sheep are also herded. That's where shepherds come from. But
We'll get
yeah,
there.
no, I get you. Well, cattle are like the prestige item, right? Like, so that makes sense. Okay, so you start that process, but you also know you're gonna have to be leaving. So eventually, the two of you already know that you have a contract or an agreement. Agreement's probably a better word with the elves of the stinking forest. And you went there last year in sea season to help them while they conducted a ritual. And then you agreed to come back this year as well, and next year and the year after until you've worked your way through all the seasons. Last time you fought Tusk Riders that attacked them.
Tusk Riders?
They were rough. They were tough. It's a bad time.
Yeah.
Okay. So this time you're kind of in the same boat. Like you need to assemble your war band to take with you. You can take a total, like including yourselves. The elves are contracted a group of 5. So
okay,
that's kind of what you're looking at.
So leave Sionnarios
We had
behind
talked about this
time.
briefly,
No,
so we just need to.
We're taking Elendor because, and Mardina, I assume, is going to beg to go, so we'll take Mardina, who's worthless in combat, but oh well.
She's getting better.
She's not worthless.
Hopefully, she doesn't die.
That would be sad for all of us.
Do you want to take Coram? Yeah, I'm fond of her. Or do you want to take somebody else?
Either we could take him, or I know you did talk about wanting to take one of your unicorn besties.
Yeah, last year I don't remember which one we took. We took one of them.
But Cormtip would be. He's at least proven himself once. Doesn't mean he'll keep doing it, but he did it once. I'm not, at all worried about him dying.
You're not?
I'm very worried.
Who did we take last year? Do you remember?
You took a Yolornan initiate from Tarsh, like Lunar Tarsh, but I don't have her name written down. It's probably in the emails.
So it's not somebody listed on the
wiki or the notes.
No.
So should we just assume she's not here?
That's probably the safest bet, yeah.
Okay. So our 5th can be whoever we would like it to be. Somebody competent as a warrior, please. I don't mind taking Yolorna just because I did a vow for this, but I also don't mind taking a clan member.
Right.
Because we have Coram and we also have, what's his face?
Maybe because we have
Dirtast.
Dirtast exists? What about Ynor?
No. We don't need Ynor for whatever's going to happen there.
You never know. You need some illusion magic.
Ore Stars no longer an option, who we wouldn't take anyways.
No longer an option.
Sionnarios.
Yes.
Give me some input.
I did.
What'd you say?
I threw out my brother, but also I'm worried about him dying.
Oh, so
also there's Art Cora, and then also I'm okay with random Yolorna number 2.
I don't have a random yet. Yolorna number 2.
We need to be better at making friends with your cult buddies.
Yeah. And Aldature is Harsta. She's an older. I don't know if that would be an option.
Depends on how much was being significantly older than you.
She says mid-30s.
Yeah. So yeah.
We should probably just take somebody in our cohort, age-wise.
Probably, yeah. Otherwise, it becomes kind of like I'm in charge, but am I sort of thing.
Okay, let's just take Coram if you're okay with it.
Yeah.
Or would you rather take somebody else?
No, we can take Coram.
Let's take him. I'm gonna start developing him up as a.
I'm just gonna point out that your armor is as good as mine now, so you can stand in front now.
Yeah, but I'm still more of an archer than a melee fighter.
Okay.
But I do have a
that
sword
won't
and
change
spear.
Unless you get into fights.
But it seems to me like you're better off killing people before they get in your face than when they're a long ways away, than waiting for them. I can do both. I've just been spectacularly bad at actually increasing my weaker melee skills. when I have used them. Actually, I don't think I've ever pulled the Copus on anybody. I've used the one-handed spear several times. It's okay. Might happen this time. We're ready.
Good.
Okay. Head off.
So away we go. So your group, you'll mount up or walk or whatever you do. I think at this point, pretty much everybody has a horse. Mardina's probably the only person who struggles with that.
We can make sure Mardina has a horse or pony or something that she can ride on.
Right.
I actually have 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. On account of being a noble, you're no longer the only noble in the party. So it's
So
pretty easy to keep everybody mounted up.
I was gonna say if she had to, she could probably ride with me, but it'd be better if she had her own horse for the horse's face.
Just make a note that you're all
Plus, I don't want to dump her off the back when I take off. How bad? I really kind of want to learn demoralize or something like that. That would drain most of my funds.
Expensive.
It seems like it'd be a good spell for me to go for.
You know who you have like lots of credit with that can teach you all sorts of cool spells?
Linkermai?
Can they teach that spell?
Okay, Linkermai is a good guess, but not the one I was leaning at.
Oh. True.
Shalana Roy?
No. I mean, closer, right? But there's a third option.
Oh, no.
Who do I have credit with besides them?
The Seven Mothers?
Maybe I could learn a lunar spell.
Right? You could just go learn lunar magic. Why not?
Where'd you pick up Reflection from? Don't worry about it.
No problem. Mind Blast? What? No problem.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Right.
Yeah, but that wouldn't actually be a bad idea. Can we get there early enough I could learn a spell from somebody there? Spend some of our credit?
It takes all season. You would do that
If I
instead
didn't
of
think
training a
about
skill.
Okay, then we will do that a different season.
Cool. All right. So
fair enough.
You guys mount up and away you go. It takes you a couple of days to travel to get to Aldershire. The route is very familiar at this point, so I'm not going to fully narrate it like I have been like giving you like the highlights. We all know what the highlights are. So after a couple of days of travel, you arrive in Aldershire. Say what?
I said there aren't a lot. We've done this so many
not.
times. There are no highlights. It's just drudgery.
Yeah,
Other than we can probably start to cross. I'm sorry. We can probably cross the creek back and forth a couple times easier now since we're starting to get into fire season.
Yeah, it's getting simpler, for sure. So yeah, anyways, you'll spend 2 days on that travel. You'll arrive in Aldershire with plenty of time to meet up. Like you basically were shooting to be a little early, so you'll have like a little time. And you'll spend that day actually receiving the items that you had commissioned at this point. So you'll get the cool wyvern hide armor, skirt, all that stuff done.
Yeah.
So you'll officially have those. I know they're already on your character sheets, but this is the moment in time when you actually pick them up.
Excellent.
So that's good. So now you feel all snug, and they're actually pretty like they have like the leather of the skin, right? And then they have the scales just naturally fastened into that. So they're actually like more comfortable and flexible than you would expect. That's why they're not as heavy as you would think of, because they're not like sewn in. And they have that like natural, these two systems of scale and skin were actually meant to work together. So they work together better.
Excellent.
Than, like bronze approximation.
I'm excited.
So not too shabby.
I'm excited to have armor on and hope nothing hits me anyways.
Right? Yeah. It's always best if your armor isn't tested.
Please do not test my armor in the upcoming battle.
Yeah, it is your second to last line of defense. The last line of defense being the HP buffer. So, which isn't great. Yeah. So, anyways, you'll spend your day like collecting things, probably picking up any supplies that you need, getting your armor, getting your stuff, and then just kind of doing last minute prep and checks and things. The other party that's riding out of here with you is Harvor's party of Yamelians.
Are we traveling with them?
Yeah, you will, because you're both well with the elf as well. Like when Pinnacure shows up, he'll take both your groups and then pick up another group, 2 groups along the way. So Harvor went last year and he wants to go again this year.
Yeah, fair enough. Makes sense for them to want to go.
Yep. So
I have no thoughts about him because I was conveniently gone. Sorry. I was just saying I have no thoughts about Harvard because I was conveniently gone from the clan when we came to visit. So yeah.
Right. Good work. So yeah, so your Pinnacure shows up. You've met him before. He is a relatively friendly elf. Looks like a man made of wood. Not super convincingly man-like, frankly. And he is escorted by 3 other Aldriami warriors, basically. And they meet you. He actually, like, he knows you guys now. You have proven yourselves like elf friends, so he's happy to see you. He's not as guarded as he was last time around. Like, he greets you. He's like, hello, friends of my people. How has your year been?
We have time along the way to tell him how our year's been.
Yep, absolutely. So he's excited. He's also happy to see Harvor and his group because, again, they were there last year. You're getting some traction there that you probably didn't have before. And then you're able, obviously Harvor is Pleased to see all of you again.
Better be.
That's right.
Hey, I'm the one that's all dressed up in new clothes for this situation.
Hey, I've got a new skirt.
That's true.
Skirt's made out of wyvern scales, but I haven't had a chance to tell him about this yet, so I might tell him now about the wyvern thing if he doesn't already know from his lunar buddies.
The other thing I would do is I'd like to get, I didn't mention before, got into Alderture with a day to spare, just so we can fill out whatever's going there. If there's nothing, we don't need to spend time on it. But I think
That's a good
normally
question. It's fire season. This is actually like getting news and information about things like this is a function of intrigue. Like obviously, I will give you plot leads and things as I feel like sprinkling them out. Yeah, but intrigue is how you gather rumors.
So am I going to roll this? Okay. Oh! I succeeded.
Hey, look at that!
Rolled a 25 against my 27 skill.
Okay, so fair cop.
You're too enamored with horror.
So one of you gets to put a check in that, and it's not scenarios. And okay, so you have like a whole day, like we said, and you know people in town. So the things that you get for free, right, are that the lunar temple is going to be, or not the lunar temple, the lunar garrison, excuse me. It's got a shrine in it, or a minor temple in it. Is going to be finished sometime in fire season. Like
this year.
The plan is for them to consecrate their shrine during their seasonal holy day.
Well, good for them.
That one's free.
That wasn't even sarcastic.
Right? You're like, yeah, cool. That's the free rumor. For intrigue, first of all, is there anything in particular that you're interested in? You have a little bit of steering on this. Okay. Cool. So
I don't think so.
Okay. So then random news, we're gonna cut the pause out so I sound like I'm cleverer than I am, right? Like I have these prepared. The big item that you get actually is that there have been some odd reports coming out of not really the city itself, but the lands to your south, the Dinacoli, that there have been some reports about the Woods of the Dead being a little more active than usual.
Woods of the Dead?
Yes. It's a stand of woods kind of in between the Dinacoli and the Torcani, if you reference the map that only we can see. So like it's sort of between like Alone, the Torcani, and the Dinacoli. It's that section of woods there.
Down by the stag shields? Down on the border of the stag shields?
No, like further down, like the Torcani are in purple. It'd be like that wooded area between Alone and then south, east of it, towards the Torcani.
Oh, Torcani. I hadn't seen Torcani.
Yeah, okay, no, you're good. It's pretty bright. Like I used a fairly garish set of colors there. So,
okay.
That wooded section. What is? Okay, so you would know about the Woods of the Dead as like a story sort of thing, like to frighten kids into their beds and whatnot. The Woods of the Dead are said to be ruled by an undead ghoul who eats human flesh, and he was a king of the Dinacoli who was driven out because he was eating his wives, like part by part, in order to sustain his own youth. And when he was discovered, the tribe like cast him out, but he still is apparently alive, air quotes, in the woods there. And so he has ghoul followers and things that sort of live in the woods, come out at night, and they're apparently a little feisty recently for reasons unknown.
Okay.
Something to think about.
Well, that's interesting.
So, yeah. Kind of far away, but something to think about. But that's kind of the news. It's a regional concern, so it's on the minds of a lot of people in Alderture. So it's kind of like merchants have carried that word, and now people are talking about it.
Nothing else. We haven't gone to Alone yet, or Heron Green, even though they're about the same distance. So we have an excuse to travel somewhere else. Expand our horizons.
Yeah.
You can tell your buddy Holmgren, that's the Humakdi who's sworn against you.
Send him off on a... That'd be a good idea. I like that. That's very clever.
Devious.
There's always another way.
That does fit very much more your character's perspective than mine would be. Mine would be like, oh, let's go explore that. Maybe we can kill something and gain honor. You're like, well, you could redirect the guy that wants to kill you off to go take it on first, but then he might gain the honor. Or he might die.
Sionnarios could do that given that she has the actual contact that goes back and forth between your clans.
Yeah, you could do that without talking to me about it, because my character may not be all in favor of that, but you might be able to do it, and I'll go, oh, well, okay.
Or we could do it, and you could go from enemies to best buddies.
Enemies to friends.
I
Yeah.
know the likelihood of that.
I would like this to be 2 years of like Kathea gearing up for a fight while Sionnarios more and more creatively tries to get this poor man killed as he gets angrier and angrier.
I actually like that
Good times.
from a meta point of view, so I think that'd work great. Do it.
Oh yeah, that's clever. Yeah, make notes, Sionnarios, so you don't forget. Like after
Send him off to his doom.
The real life downtime we're gonna have after this session. So cool. All right, so that's kind of the chat of town, right? Is the Lunars are finishing the garrison. There's some stuff going on at the Woods of the Dead, which is kind of the talk of the town, just because it's interesting and a point of gossip. Otherwise, not a lot. Regular stuff, right? This and that. Market price is bad. Lunar Patrol that.
Hoping now that we have friendly contacts with 3 of the local temples of import, that we will probably naturally get more information out than we would have before. We're becoming important on some level.
Yeah, you're definitely getting connected, for sure.
Yes.
So given that, once your 2 parties are together, you're going to head out to Glasswall. Pinnacure is kind of leading you. Pinnacure and the elves are on foot, but they're fairly quick, as trees are known to be. So they travel fairly well.
They're your typical fast-moving trees.
Yeah, so they're able to more or less keep pace. So at Glasswall, which you've been to Glasswall,
yes,
twice before, technically, and
yep,
it's kind of for the viewers, hypothetically. We have a few. Glasswall is a town that sits inside of a ring of unbroken glass that's blue, and in the middle of it is a pillar of the same blue glass that just goes straight up and down. So from above, it would look like a sky rune. Outside the city, there is a field of like statues, basically.
Are they also
made of glass? Yeah. And the legends about why they're there are unclear. There's not much known about that. Anyways, to access the town, there's like a ramp, basically, or stair step type ramp built up over the wall, like over the glass, and then back down it on the other side. There's no gate or anything piercing the wall. It's just glass. You have a pretty easy time staying here overnight. Because you're like with the elves, you're not invited into the the chieftain's hall or anything. The tribal king's hall. You just kind of stay there, and then you're able to move on the next day. So this is
only about 12, 10, 15 miles, somewhere in that direction from Aldishur.
Yeah.
Still inside it's right above the drop and up pipe, snake pipe hollow. Okay.
Yeah, just
sorry. Okay, I see the name now.
Cool. So yeah, that's where it is. And there is like a sort of switchbacky road that leads down to like so of note, the road between like Aldicher and Heron Green is a Sartor Royal Road. It's straight, paved. It has way stations at regular intervals. The road from Heron Green down to Dangerford down to Johnston is the same, right? The road from like Aldicher out, like north, is just a road. So it's mostly dirt.
And the mud.
When it's rainy out, it's harder to pass in sea season. It has bridges over the rivers and things, but it's not nearly as nice.
The same thing's true of the road east out of Heron Green. That's the Pavis Road, isn't it?
That's the Pavis Road. The Pavis Road from Heron Green to Moonbroth is the same sort of road. It's a road. You can follow it, but it's not like the Sartor Royal Roads are basically Roman roads. The dotted line roads are just fancy paths. So they're more like classical Persian roads. So they're actual roads, but they're not. They're dirt. They're packed. They have ditches sometimes. They have bridges where they're necessary. Like some maintenance goes into them, but it's obviously not as big a project. So that's kind of what you're following. So there's a set of switchbacks that descend the plateau down to Snakepipe Hollow. This is really the most dangerous part of your trip. is getting through Snakepipe Hollow. Obviously, people do this regularly. There is a road here, but it is sort of uncanny, right? Like Pinnock here is pretty insistent, and you'll probably agree with him in good sense that you'll descend down to Snakepipe Hollow, like the opening to it, and then try to get across the river, and then the river's tributary before you camp. That way, you've got some water between you and it.
Yep.
Also, at some point here, like in Glasswall, you would have picked up Mariah again, the Marangor priestess with their Babister Gore entourage.
Yay, fun people.
Yeah, they're a lively bunch. The Babister Gore escort, the initiates, they are women sworn to the axe. They are the avenging daughter, right? So they have like their with their hair like up in like mohawks or like mostly scraped away, and they've got like just the ponytail on the back or something. They wear pretty wild like kohl around the eyes, like real big, to make their eyes look huge, like crazy huge, not like attractive. Like, and several of them have their teeth filed to points.
Don't want their beer either.
No, because it's made of blood. They're a wild and violent group of women, and I respect them dearly. I think they're really cool, actually, but they're definitely dangerous. Mariah is a Marangor priestess. Sionnarios, last time she was pretty friendly to you. This time she's merely polite, and she's much more interested in talking to Kathea.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, since you are the leader of your expedition and you are a woman, she is more interested in you.
I was sitting here thinking that we have a very high count of women warriors on this overall.
Yeah, poor Quorum is the only guy in your group.
And he's the youngest too, so we all pick on him.
Yeah, younger, subordinate, scared. But yeah, so that happens. Mariah, you find, she's a pretty sharp and uncompromising woman, but she can be funny. And she does generally seem interested in like just chatting with you.
Excellent. I'd like to get to know her, and I made the jokes. The Babister Gore followers of her. A little more. They might be useful down the road. Where do they come from? Are they from Carofin?
Actually, yeah. She is from Carofin. So she operates out of the Earthshaker temple on Wintertop. She was interested in this when the elves approached the temple as the biggest earth temple in the region, so she took it on.
Oh, excellent. Well, I will take time to engage with anybody we can on the trip and make connections.
Right, and she'll talk to you.
Becoming a social character.
You really are. So proud of you. And then once you get past the waters here, you'll meet with your last group of mercenaries. So you end up meeting up with, this is different. Last time you had Elmalanti, who was another group of Yomelians from Slavewall, or probably from Gold Edge, actually, excuse me. This time, they didn't come this time for whatever reason. So instead, you have picked up a man named Vargast.
Vargast?
Vargast, yep. He's a Tarshite Orlanthi. He's leading a little group of Orlanthi militia from his clan.
How far away are they?
Question. Let me look at the map real quick. They would be located north and west of Slavewall.
Slavewall's not even on our map here.
Slavewall's barely on the map. That little like VALL near the upper left corner is the end of Slavewall's name. So they're not they're not visible to you, but they're out there somewhere.
There's barely. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're actually further away than we are from here.
Yes.
Not a lot, but a little further. No, that's fine.
Cool. Okay, so both of you, as you travel along, this takes a few days. Would both of you please roll insight for me? Human insight.
I succeed. I'm doing it uncommonly. I'm not even using my normal RuneQuest die.
Nice.
Yes, good job.
You both succeed.
We both succeeded.
Okay. So both of you come to your own conclusions pretty quickly that you think Vargast, you're not. He does seem like a capable warrior. You're also reasonably certain that they are either were recently bandits or on their way to bandithood, given their rather patchy state. You're not sure they've been polite to you, but you're pretty sure that they're riding a thin line towards outlawry.
Okay. Well, since I've made friends here with Mariah, I'm just kind of passingly pass along this observation.
Okay. Do you pass it to
Just so
Mariah
we're
then?
kind. Yeah.
Okay. She gives you sort of an arch look and nods. Says I've come to a similar conclusion. So we'll keep an eye on them.
I will bring it up with Harver.
Cool.
Not to.
Go ahead.
Like, what do you think of him? And then if he does get it, like I thought the same thing. If he doesn't get it, like, what about this? So
nice. He like leading him into it. Yeah. He kind of laughs a bit and just says they're what I would expect them to be. They look half vagrant.
God,
is that the answer you wanted?
Or a bit more elitist than I expected.
Not me. My stereotype here is going to be, this might be me and not my character even. Straight and narrow Yamelian.
Yeah, he knows what he's about.
Well, he's also more
also, yes. While we were making insight checks, I wanted to visit this. I made a note in my head. Sionnarios, when you said that you were telling Harver about your like wyvern hunting stories, if you hadn't already heard them, were you trying to gauge if he had heard them already?
I think so. Just because I'm just curious how much the Lunars talked. Just kind of my way of gauging that.
That's fair. Okay, so that would be, again, an insight roll.
90.
Okay.
It's a failure for now.
Yes. Okay. So as far as you know, you were the first person who told him.
Well, we're talking about this at some point. I'm sure the conversation would come up about my unique armor, probably.
Yes, absolutely. People have noticed that much of your group is wearing like wyvern hides.
Three of us, right? 4 of us. Do we end up giving some to Elendor and Corum? We didn't end up giving to Corum. We ended up to Elendor.
And our Cora.
Yeah.
So you've got 2 people wearing full suits and 1 person wearing a skirt of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be happy at some point. I will be happy to tell our tale to people, and because I think it's impressive. We'll see if they think it is. We'll see if I can pull it off and make them think it's impressive.
Okay, you're trying to orate at them.
I'm hitting to roll orate, by the way.
Yes, go for it.
Seems like the right thing to do, right? You have to tell people how good you are.
Yeah,
I've been doing really well, and I have a bad feeling it's going to go wrong. Well, I mean, I'm also guilty. I rolled a 20, which is a success.
Cool. Put a check in it, and yeah, people are impressed. And you carry the story off well enough not to bring out its good qualities and not step on it on accident. So that's good.
Assume even a failure would have been an impressive story. It just would not have been as good as storytelling.
Yeah. The facts, we all know the facts of the story are interesting and have merit on their own. Like, you can tell it badly. A fumble is like, I told this story so badly that people are like, no, just please. Like, let someone else tell me about it.
That would be hard to not come off somewhat like at least authentic, because we actually have proof. Plus, I'm wearing my necklace with a claw on it, and in addition to my necklace with a silver magic.
Yes. Yeah, it would be easy to believe this story because you're bearing evidence of its truth upon you.
Yep. And when I orate it, I do not overblow my own success. I happily give credit to Corum, and as well as our Cora, who's not here, who's home hunting for the clan. But okay, that was it. Just told our tale.
Very good. Good work, everybody. Okay, so now at this point, as you approach kind of the little stream here turns and runs, so you're gonna have to climb basically to follow it. But what happens at this point up into the stinking forest, is that the elves kind of pick and choose where you go. They handle all the scouting. They lead you around quite a bit. Like, sometimes you travel at night, sometimes at day. It takes you like a few days of weaving around.
They're making sure we don't know how to get back here.
Yeah, they don't want you to know where the site actually is in the stinking forest.
Just for the fun of it, I am going to try to keep track of it.
Absolutely.
To see if I can pull it off.
Okay, so I am going to let you can use track, survival, or your area lore, because you're from the region. The penalty is -4, but you can try.
So I can use track, survival,
or area lore.
Or I can use... Where is area lore? That's under...
That would be like local lore, basically.
Homeland
lore, yeah, would be the appropriate one. Yeah, it's area lore, homeland. Like, so you would, this place. Okay. It's close enough, though.
That's fine. I was just trying to find where it was on my sheet. Okay.
Absolutely. So pick the best of those, knock 40 off, and give it a go.
I have a 3% chance on Homeland Lore. But it also means my track has the same chance in reality.
Yeah.
With what?
What?
No.
I'm going to try this. Okay, I'm going to make this argument. You can let me know if I can do it or not. Okay. I have a natural, innate, magical ability to track. Obviously, I have to cast a spell to do it.
Right.
Silver tracking, which is by moonlight. So I'm going to try to augment it with my association with moon. Starlight.
Yes.
Can I associate that with moon?
No.
Sorry. Because
no.
So is it fire that would do it?
Yes.
Fire would be tied to it. Okay, then let's do that. Okay. I'm gonna try to use fire to augment.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Fire has themes of seeing from above, right? Clarity, that sort of thing. So it's something that you could use to try and be like, well, I'm wandering around, but I can just look at it as if it were a map from above.
Well, I finally rolled really crappy in a way, but I have a 95% skill, so I still succeeded.
Okay, cool. So you get a plus 20 now.
All right. Hold it. Okay, cool. I got a plus 20. I have more than 5% chance of this now.
Okay, cool.
I have a 23% chance.
Congratulations.
I failed.
All that work.
Hey, you know what?
You got to check in your fire rune.
Yeah, you got to check in your fire rune. So you try hard, but you're still lost at the end of it.
I knew it was gonna be really tough, but I thought, well, it would be a fun thing to try. She'll try to keep track of it, but she's aware that she is not able to.
For sure. And like I said, we talk about it reasonably often, but the Indigo Mountains, Skyfall Lake, and Kira are all pretty visible most of the time. There's a giant storm 24/7 above Skyfall Lake. Kira is like a needle of a mountain that rises way, way above all the other mountains. And the Indigo Mountains are volcanoes, and they are usually clouded and smoke. So it's relatively easy. You're not lost. You just don't know where you're going.
I couldn't find myself back to this magical glade, but I could reasonably get out of here and get back to the road and get home.
Absolutely, yes. You're only really lost when you don't know how to get home.
Yep. All right, we're good. I just wanted to try it. I knew there was very little chance, but I thought, well, it'd be fun.
It's very difficult, and since this is a supplement, that is the penalty that the supplement assesses.
That's fine. I'm not complaining about it all anyway.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm fine if you've done it.
Yeah. Oh, for the record, this is the Grove of Green Rock from the Smoking Ruin adventure set. This is the second part of it. So for anyone who's interested or likes this adventure, that's where I got it from.
So there was a little cameo adventure way back in Elder Secrets for RuneQuest 3 that was very similar to this, but this is obviously well fleshed out. It was like 2 paragraphs or something like that.
This is a big, pretty well described adventure. So you spend a couple of days wandering around the woods. You notice a few things about the elves. One thing you notice is that you never really see them sleeping, ever. You'll occasionally see one kind of chilling out in the evening, just kind of sitting there, right? But that's all you ever see. You never really see them sleep at any time. They're polite. Pinnacure is really the only one who talks to you much. The other ones are a little distant and standoffish. Polite again, but a little not as encouraged to make friends real quick. All right, so as you keep kind of doing this, after a couple days, you feel like you're getting close to where you should be. And at that point, Pinnacure kind of pulls all your groups together and tells you, if you want to go any further, if you want to actually go, you have to swear this oath of secrecy. You've done this once before, but it's I assume your party consents to this.
Absolutely.
Okay. The other parties do as well.
Yes.
So he tells you to repeat back to him, I do swear upon my weapons and my heart, upon my loins and my grandmothers, upon my brothers and my gods, to obey the commands of Pinnacure Heartwood for the duration of this employment. May all these things, my weapons and heart, my loins and my grandmothers, my brothers and my gods, turn upon me and destroy me, if I disobey his orders or reveal the location of this place we go to. I swear this without secrecy or deceit. So I'm not sure how your loins
Absolutely.
turn upon you and destroy you, but I don't want to find out.
Sounds horrifying.
It does. So once those oaths are sweared, Pennicure gives everybody 10 lunars worth of coinage
Is that per person?
per person. Yes, each person who swears the oath gets 10 lunar coins. They're not actually lunar coins, but they are silver coins of roughly that amount.
Got it. Just notating it right now.
Hey, with the oath,
Mhm.
I know we're swearing our own, but curious about Vargast and company, since they're the shady new additions.
They swear the oath.
Okay.
They might
They all
break
swear
it,
to
but they'll swear it.
Yeah, they all
Hey,
swore it.
can we take a step away for just a couple minutes?
Absolutely.
Real quick before we go on.
Yep.
I'll be back in less than 5.
Cool. Sionnarios,
Yes.
are you still with us?
I am. Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Do you have anything you want to talk about, game related, while we wait on Kathea to come back?
I'm checking my script of what I wanted to talk about.
Okay, yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad you got the script I sent you. That makes us feel much more authentic when you've read it ahead of time.
Hey, as a little hidden thing, if people are enjoying it, because we're enjoying it, don't be afraid to, I think as the kids say, smash that like button or subscribe or follow. I knew I'd get that reaction. I'm one of those.
Yes, please, if you're if you're enjoying this campaign, please remember to subscribe, like, leave a review on Apple Podcast or wherever you get your podcast from. If you really enjoy us, you can sign up to our non-existent Patreon and we will send you nothing. We don't have socials, so yeah, good times.
You get what you pay for.
Feel free to comment if comments are enabled. That's actually not in my control. That's in Spotify's control. So I don't even know if they work, frankly. So, but if they do, leave a comment.
Sorry, I told my spouse I was going to do that this next episode.
It's fine. We should probably do them. We should probably do calls to action at the end of every episode. I just haven't. I've been pretty lazy about it.
Yeah.
So I think at the 1 year mark we'll spruce it up a little bit, and I'll get some intro and outro music for us. Maybe we'll put the plugs in there.
I think I'm just kind of ready to get this going, and I know Kathea wanted to get this adventure going, and I got a feeling we may not get through it tonight.
We're not going to get to the combat. That's not going to happen. I can already tell. And that's okay. Your characters are getting more socially focused, and I think that's a good thing.
Yes.
So it's all good. Like fights are fun, but they're high overhead, fairly intensive. So it's fun to chat to.
I've also been checking my sheet for God Talker qualification or Priestess qualification. Yeah. So I'm getting there.
Nice. Yep, we're keeping track.
Do bonuses count into that?
Yes.
Okay. So I've got more qualified.
I'm not sure if that's true or not, but it's true for us. So hooray! So we missed all the social plugs.
So what happened?
We took this time to shout out our comments and stuff, encourage people to subscribe and whatnot.
Oh, good.
Yeah. We're slowly becoming a professional outfit here.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. So that's it,
I'm
though.
supportive.
We were not progressing anything, game-wise.
I knew that. I was supposed to curious what you're discussing. Okay, go ahead.
Let's
cool.
forge ahead.
All right. So, yeah, Vargast and his group swear the oath just the same as everybody else. They get paid just the same as everybody else. And then you are led to the site. You have to travel about 10 kilometers. Kilometers? What the heck? Some miles?
Go with it.
We're not using kilometers in our Bronze Age fantasy setting. It's not happening. Like
6-ish miles.
6-ish miles into the hills of the Stinking Forest. They're rugged hills. They have sporadic stands of pine and oak. You're eventually led into a clearing within which is a double ring of trees. This is approximately. Why do they provide yardage here? They have like a meter count and then a yard count in parentheses next to it. So it's roughly 131 yards in diameter. Neat.
120 meters.
Yeah. Yep. So as you're passing through this, one thing that you do notice here is that, and this is something that happened last time you were here after the end of the first battle, is that when you get about 500, a little over 500 yards, um, before the clearing itself, there's a huge suddenly instead of the sporadic stands of pine and oak, there's just a solid blanket of pine forest that wasn't here a year ago until after the first ritual that you helped defend. And then once you pass through that, there's a clearing. Inside the clearing is a double ring of trees. The outer ring are larger trees. The inner ring are just different species of trees kind of planted around. In the inner ring, one of those trees is like a stone stump that's it's like the trunk of a tree that's been petrified. It's called the stone tree. And then in the middle is a singular tree that you've seen before. It was just a tiny sapling last time you were here, but now it's a young tree.
Growing considerably faster than it would naturally, I assume.
Yes, very much so. Also here are the earthworks that you built last time still, just kind of at the edge of the clearing. You had dug a little ditch and a little tiny rampart, a little baby rampart out of the dirt from the ditch. That's still here. Yeah. So they didn't take it down. That still exists.
Excellent.
And
So
then-
the same spot, but things have changed more than they should have in a year and a season.
Yes,
Which we
for sure.
well, not more. Yeah.
The pines have grown up real quick and pretty dense. The tree in the middle has grown very fast. Okay. There are a few elves hanging out around the central tree. You would probably think of them as standing guard, it looks like. You see some other elves flitting around, and you don't really know what. They're doing elf stuff. They're moving around the clearing, some of them go into the trees, come back. You see an occasional dryad as well. There's a lot going on. It's fairly busy.
Excellent.
Cool. Pinnock here tells you pretty straightforwardly, don't go anywhere near the inner ring of trees, and don't approach the central tree no matter what. The elves there will kill you if you get too close to it, so stay away from it.
Okay.
That's pretty much the same as last time. After that, you're pretty much free. You're contracted to hang out here for about a week, roughly.
Right.
Kind of set up and do things. At some there's a ritual going on. From the terms of this and from having here last year, you have sometime during this week, the elves anticipate that they will be attacked. That's just how these big rituals tend to go, right? You put a bunch of magic out into the world responds. Things that are opposed to you try to stop you. And it's not really something you can hide. So they brought, you guys in to be the first layer of defense.
We're the expendable ones.
Yes. I wasn't going to say it that way, but yes. There are other less expendable layers behind you. But yeah. So once you kind of get a chance to kind of look around and settle in, Pinnock here explains some of these terms to you. So he explains that, they'll provide food and water for you while you're here. You don't have to worry about that. This was already established, but the base rate of pay for you is 20 lunars per member of your band, plus an additional 100 lunars for the leader, so that'd be you, Kathea, and you get the bonus 10 for taking the oath. So
okay, so basically everybody else gets 20 lunars.
Yeah,
and I get 100.
120.
Oh, I got 120.
Everybody gets 20, and then the leader gets an additional 100. You would be expected probably to share some of that out.
I will, but I just
not
want to make
all
sure I
of it.
notate it.
Absolutely. Okay, so the other thing that happens here, once you get settled in, Pinnock explains the terms about we'll give you food and water, we'll kind of help you out. If you get hurt, we'll heal you. If you die, that's too bad. No resurrections for you. They explain that you can erect defenses as you wish, but you can't despoil the land, right? So you can't any sort of fire. You can't cut down a bunch of trees to make the clearing larger, or to build a wall out of. None of that's okay. But you can dig trenches and things like that. earthworks are fine.
So we can basically do what we did, shore up what we had last year, and
Yep.
if there's a little time, we can expand on it a bit.
Yep. He also hands out a handful of things to you, which he did last time as well. So each of your party, everybody's groups, but we're going to focus in on you guys. You're each handled a stick, right? That's about as long as your hand, and it has a bunch of elaborate little carvings on it. And the stick contains an extinguish spell, a 2-point extinguish. So the purpose of this, obviously, is if you see any fire, put it out. If someone lights a tree on fire, put it out as soon as you can. That's important.
So we have one extinguished stick for the whole group, or everybody has one in the group?
Each of you has one.
Okay.
Each of you has an extinguished stick.
Cool.
Okay. In addition, Kathea, you are given a carved Y-shaped stick. It has the end that you hold and it forks at the other end. I mean, this would be longer, maybe twice as long as the other one. And it has stored into it, there are 3 6-point heal spells in it. All you have to do to use it is touch someone with it and spend 1 magic point. And that will heal a target for up to 6 points of heal. You can do that 3 times, so once for each fork, basically, each branch bit.
Yeah.
And then that stick is empty. But you've got some heal. You got a stick you can hit someone with to make them better. And then finally, he also gives you... Go ahead. Are you getting these?
Go ahead.
You got
Go ahead. Tell me everything.
The last thing he gives you is a shatter stick. That's what he calls it. It's a little over a yard long, and it's carved, so it's more of it's a rod, basically, like about waist high to you. That's been carved.
It's a staff.
And is decorated with feathers. It's like waist high, so like yeah. And it has some feathers hanging off of it that are brightly colored, like cardinal feathers. And he explains to you, this stick has powerful magic in it. Do not use it unless an enemy gets inside the inner ring of trees. So if they've gone past, towards, like if they're about to attack the central tree, then just point it at a foe, and he tells you 3 words in Algerami speech that you don't know. You just remember what they sound like.
Okay.
He says, say these words, and then the stick will do what it does.
Okay.
And if you ask him about it, he doesn't actually know what it does. He's never seen anyone use one before. He just knows it's a make your enemy dead stick. I know what it does.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't come up. I am going to give the Y-shaped healing stick to Mardina.
That is absolutely fine. You need to hang on to the shatter stick. It's
for me.
It's too powerful for anyone but the leader to have.
That's fine. I have the shatter stick.
But you can dispense the healing stick as you wish.
I have 2 things that will go on. Once we're hit and attacked, I have some instructions for people here. Now, I believe... So, are we all pretty competent at ranged attack outside of Sionnarios and Mardina, who assumes not real great at any kind of combat?
Sionnarios not decent at ranged. You can throw javelins, right?
I can.
Oh, you can? I'm sorry. I thought you just were melee because we talked about that.
30%, but I'm not great.
Okay, no, that's fine. Because I think you and Elendor and Corum are all more melee oriented.
Yes,
if I'm right. Not that I want to hang back behind you, but we will probably be best off if you guys set a wall which I can shoot past you at. But I will definitely have shield and spear in the ground, a lot of spot where I can very easily grab them and equip if we need to go to melee. My instructions to Mardina, though, are twofold. Number 1, she stays back. She can aid at ranged fighting, but I want her to have the healing stick ready, and I want her also to have the extinguished stick available. We all have it, but it'd be better if she used it. And not to totally compound her, but I'm going to pass on to her. Man, we might to everybody, but my misgivings about the Orlanthe group with us. And just tell her to keep an eye on them when everything hits. I'm guessing that group, anything they're going to do is not going to be during the ritual, and they'll be okay here, but just keep her eyes. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, she nods up at you.
You have anything you want to
add?
She's
shorter than you.
Is she?
Well,
so,
no, you're pretty small, actually.
Are you? I'm small.
She nods down at you. She's larger than you. Taller.
I'll say I'm not. I'm a horse. I'm a horse archer. I'm not a big person.
Right.
Size 10.
Mardina's a little taller than you, but not much.
I suspect. Go ahead.
I didn't know if it might be good for like Elendor and Corum to have javelins ready like before. I just find, since I haven't done a lot of javelining of at least one of us being ready for the impact is probably worth more than me chucking a javelin.
You can hold the center down, and I will join you there if I need to. I just figure that if you, for what 3 people form as a quote unquote shield wall, having somebody that's a skilled archer behind that can pick people off that are in front of the shield is probably where I can do the most damage. But I'm happy to grab my shield and spear and step up. I think that's fine. Everybody else is a javeliner here, so I also have the range. I'm the only one that has pretty good range out of us. I will also range myself, so I have arrows out, so they're quick to go for. So I don't think I'm slow anyway. Otherwise, I think we just kind of keep an eye out and stay in contact with whichever groups are on the 2 sides of us.
Right.
Yeah, who is on our side? Who has our flanks?
Question: is that something you would make a request of anybody for? Do you want someone in particular?
I would like to have the Omelians on one side, and I'd like to have the Earth Shakers on the other. Since we made connections with them.
Right, makes sense. Okay, so Harver is happy to comply with that. He needs no persuasion. Mariah will require a little persuasion.
She doesn't want to really be next to us.
No, she's cool with it. She just she knows you're trying to nestle yourself up into the most reliable position, and maybe that's where she wants to be. You know.
So is this? What am I doing for persuasion here?
Just 4-8. You're just trying to talk at her.
I'm not that sold on this that I don't mind somebody else being next to us. So I'm not going to try to boost. I'm just going to go for a normal or 8 check and see what happens. I'm really bad. I'm rolling these when you're not here. I have a 32% and I rolled a 31.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, she's willing to go with it. The way that this goes basically is that you can kind of tell me your argument here, I guess. Like, what is it? How are you trying to convince her?
I'm the only argument I would have is just to say we've had a lot of conversations, so we might be good to be next to each other where we're, since we've had conversations, we would probably naturally be able to aid each other.
Right, makes sense. Like the other 3, your 3 are getting along, and then like poor Vargas is like, no one's talking to me.
I do feel bad. Maybe they're just out on the outs. So after it's all done, I might actually try to have a conversation with him.
There you go. So yeah, your feeling, it's like you're just like, hey, we'll work together well. We know each other. We should be like next to each other. And then she knows that you have already had the same conversation with Harvard, basically, and she sort of tells you that's fine. You have a light sun on one side and a earth shaker on the other, so you'll be in good hands.
They actually are quite a bit more powerful than us since they each have a rune lord.
Yeah, they each have a rune lord in their, or a rune level person in their party. Yeah.
Yep.
So, but they're not plucky PCs. So
she may also her main magic may be stuff that the elves don't really want her to use in the area.
Right, like it's like some of the giant earthquake. Like, yeah, that's not the best. Cool. So you'll have a chance there. They kind of arrange themselves. So you'll stay on your quarter that you had last time, where your earthworks are prepared. Mariah had actually done something similar, but she summoned a gnome last time to kind of build an earthwork. She actually helped you with yours because you guys were just like digging them. So she kind of linked them up. And then Harvard will take his spot on the other side. They don't really do earthworks over there. Like the Omelians just kind of set up, more or less. Pick a spot that looks good.
Shield wall.
Yeah, they're actually too small to fight in phalanx. You have to have 6 people to fight in phalanx, mechanically at least. Vargas group, like you guys are kind of setting up. You're sort of, I would assume here that you're just kind of expanding your earthworks a little bit. You can't go too hard because you don't want to be tired.
We also don't want to mess up the area too much. I mean,
right. So you can kind of just like dig your ditch a little deeper, a little wider, build up your little rampart a little more, do that kind of thing. Vargas just kind of, his group is sort of moving around in the woods, like the pine forest that had just sprung up, and they're sort of picking like sticks and things up, and they're sort of building little, they're not wicker, but it's sort of the same idea. They're building like little light structures so they can kind of sit down in places, and they're kind of have pushed right up to the edge of the forest, like because you're in a clearing, and they're kind of just stringing those around their quarter, but just like putting them next to the trees, or like probably tying them to the trees with rope and stuff. So they're kind of fortifying a few trees deep and just kind of making a little break where it's kind of hard to maneuver through. If you hit them hard, you feel like if you had Sionnarios cast strength on herself and charge it, that she could just bust through one of those walls. They're not really that sturdy, but they would slow people down and force them to kind of maneuver.
There's more than the 4 groups, aren't there?
No, you each control 1 quarter.
Okay. Well, everybody's aware of our misgivings on the Orlanthe. Like I said, I don't really expect them to betray us in all this, but keep an eye on them. Just in case.
We should go talk to them.
Okay, let's go talk to them. Do you want to do the talking, or do you want me to?
I might try.
You should go for it.
What?
What do we need? We need suitor number 3 here?
No, it's just I'm not.
Go for it. Do your thing.
It's just no, yeah. Just go up to Vargast and say hi. We probably agreed on everything because we swore an oath together, but just kind of seeing about their clan and how they ended up with kind of finding themselves out here. Kind of like, the Elves drama came through our Tula and asked for volunteers, and here we are for the 2nd year in a row.
So when you approach him, he was sitting with his back to a tree, eating a bowl of soup or something, stew, I don't know. And when you approach, he sets the bowl down and rises to meet you. He's got wool, sort of like cloak, that he sort of sweeps, and he gives you the Orlanthic greeting, right? So he gives you sort of the half nod and raised hand sort of thing that you get a lot of times. And he says, "Oh, my men and I are from up in Tarsh. We haven't, well, obviously we haven't done this before, but the money looks good." So he paused for a moment, and he sort of looks side to side and leans towards you a little bit, and he goes, "These elves, you think they're trustworthy?"
Definitely, yes.
Okay.
They keep their word one way or another, yes.
Good. And he says, "You must be trustworthy, or they wouldn't have invited you back."
Yeah, we're actually considered elf friends after the last time.
He doesn't seem that impressed by that.
He doesn't?
No.
I don't care. I like Pinnaker. Pinnaker's been good to us.
Yeah. Are you there by yourself, or did I go walk over with you?
I was hoping you went with me.
I'm with you.
I don't want Harvard seeing me talking to another guy by myself.
Jealous.
And then I actually do take the time and say, yeah, we were here last year, and tell them what happened last year. So they're aware of the kind of foe we had. Boy, I'm not good about doing this, but give a look to their defenses and see if I think they would have been useful at all against what we dealt with last year. As you mentioned, they could probably be charged through.
Oh yeah, no. If you're fighting Tusk Riders again, these won't do anything. They'll just head along through them.
I am actually going to make a suggestion, if they'd like, to maybe build up a little bit of a fortification against something. Because last year we had Tusk Riders. I don't know what we'll have this year, if anything, and there's a good chance they'll be big and strong enough they're going to push through something like that pretty easily. Show them, if he wants to, I could show them how we've done earthworks to the extent we have, and that they were at least beneficial last year.
Right. He kind of looks at because half this place is encircled by an earthwork. Fairly, I mean, as earthworks go, fairly minor, right? But certainly visible. And he gives those a look, and then he kind of looks back at you and just says, "I have neither gnomes nor shovels."
We could probably loan him some shovels. I didn't mention it before because I totally forgot we did earthworks last time, but I'm kind of assuming we brought shovels this time.
I'm sure you did. Yeah.
Okay.
If you wanted them, you absolutely have stuff for that.
We could loan him some shovels since we're in decent shape, and let them do some if they want. We don't have gnomes either. Shovels and backs and arms.
Okay. So you're going to help them dig, or?
We'll help them if they want to. If they'll take the help and listen, yes.
Okay. Yeah. They'll take shovels for sure, and if you offer to help, he'll kind of give you a laconic shrug and say, if you want, we'll take the help.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Yep. So you can kind of help him sort of. They'll do some digging. You can do some digging. You can kind of do a little of that. He's still got a couple people making the little wicker things.
I'm going to try to feel out a bit what they've been doing, how they're playing. Try to unless you want to do this scenarios, since you said you want to take the lead socially. But
Yeah,
I'll
no,
come over it.
I want to see, why are they this close, at least to looking like they're into banditry?
Why do you look like bandits?
Like, is it
You
by
smell like
choice? Is it by
bandits. Yeah.
subjugation? All that good stuff.
That's fair. Okay, are you trying to get this without like? Are you just
Yeah,
prying,
without
like just
going.
asking questions? Or are you being subtle?
No, like, what's your clan like? How, how's it doing? Are you guys still there? All that good stuff.
Okay,
We've
so for
never
this
been
sort of,
there.
you're basically trying to like be likable, essentially, right? And get answers from them because they feel like talking to you. Would that be like a fair assessment?
I think so.
Okay, then you're trying to charm them.
Yeah, go for it. I'm going to listen carefully to the answers. Whether Scenario succeeds or fails at the charm, I think I can still probably try to take
Roll
something away
insight.
from what they
Yeah,
tell us.
that's
Yeah.
fair.
I'll wait until Scenario fails.
Go for it.
Success! I rolled a 12 under 20, whatever it is.
It's
Good job. High five.
26 looks like. Yeah, nice. Well done. Okay, so you
Yeah.
are likable, right? Like you're hanging out with a bunch of Orlanthe men.
Oh,
You're an older
they might
woman.
really
They're-
like you.
They're predisposed to like you, like right, like that's how that works. So you can kind of chat with some of them. Vargas is he's a man of few words. Is kind of your impression, but some of his crew is a little chattier, and you're able to kind of pick at him a bit. So they are from a hill clan in Tarsh, so they're not really. They don't live like they didn't come from a city, right? Like and Tarsh is kind of famously like fairly urban. Their cities are more important than they are in Sarder, and there's more of them. But they're kind of from an outlying clan that would be pretty far removed from any of that. They are, and again, like all of his group or Orlanthe. He's not a Wind Lord. He's an initiate. Vargast is just an initiate of Orlanth. So everybody here is an Orlanthe in his group. Your suspicion, right, is that they probably were you think they probably threw in with Sarder a couple years ago, like independently, and their clan asked them not to come back. Basically, we're like, don't rock the boat. We already got conquered. Like, just stop. And they're like, we're going. It's like, cool, go ahead. Don't come back.
So their banditry is going to be, or looking like that's more because, well, they really are out and ostracized.
Yes. Yeah, they can't go home.
So
they kind of take odd jobs and do whatever they need to. Ooh. Go ahead and roll an insight roll for me. Or roll a perception roll. Anyone can make a scan roll. Both of you can make scan rolls, actually, now that you're actually interacting with them and trying to get in close to them.
I fail.
Oh, 1.
That's fair. Oh,
Wow.
1 on the scan?
Yes.
That's got to be a crit, right? It's like it's an 01. It has to be a crit. All right. So
Yes.
you can't be bad enough for it not to be. Okay, so here are several layers of stuff. One, they are like you've noticed, they're a little thin. Their cloaks and stuff are a little threadbare. They'll have armor and weapons. That's normal success stuff. The next layer down is that some of their stuff, now that you're really looking at them, and even though they're trying, like they've kind of like have fabric and things like a cloak or a wrap or something, like some of this armor has lunar markings on it, including like a moon rune that's been partially scratched off or stuff like that. At the nearest level of that, the armor that most prominently looks the newest to you, the stuff that's fresh that they're carrying, is definitely lunar equipment. Your strong suspicion, looking at their gear, is that they came with the elves because they hit a lunar caravan or something, or bushwhacked a patrol, and now they're like, we should go somewhere where they're not going to find us for a while.
Sense. So you're saying this is a group of player characters from a typical
Pretty
campaign.
much.
So we don't want to take them back home because they're trouble.
They are trouble.
They're rabble rousers.
They are definitely trouble.
But they might be completely trustworthy.
Maybe so, yeah.
Still don't trust them because they're new here, but
For sure.
we'll help them as we can.
Okay, cool. So you'll spend, the first like the day that you get there, and then some of the next days you'll overnight. You're gonna assign guards and things. You probably want to discuss an order for that. It may become relevant at some point a month from now.
Oh, do we? We probably need 2 people awake at once, but it's only 5 of us.
It's tough.
Or we do one at a time and just trust people stay awake and
Mhm.
assume the other groups also have somebody awake.
They actually both have a leg up. Well, the groups to either side of you have a leg up on that because they both have a rune level character with an allied spirit.
Oh,
So the allied spirit is always awake.
well, we don't have that.
It's true. You don't.
I think we will start with Ardina and Quorum, since they're our least experienced combat types,
Right.
with first shift. Then we'll do Elendor, second shift, and then me, Kathea.
Okay.
And then Sionnarios, if nobody has any objections to that. I just kind of made it up.
That kind of matches what I had in my head.
Okay.
This makes me. I find this funny because you're basically telling the 2 like least combat ones like just stay up late. Like we're not going to make you try to get up and stay awake. Just stay up late. Like
Yep.
And
That's
then
probably
you've got like the one Arnalden. You're like get up before the rest of us. Where it's like you can like get up and make the tea, right? Like,
pretty much make us breakfast. I'm sorry.
Brutal.
I didn't say it out loud. I just thought about it in character.
Right. It did. To be fair, you both were thinking it, at least to a degree.
I was assigning myself and Elendor to be the ones that have to get up in the middle of the night and then go back to bed.
Right. It's definitely the worst. Those are the worst watches for sure.
Yeah. So anyways, I do apologize. I did put an NPC above you for the warrior type shift.
No, but I don't care.
I know. I just was realizing afterwards I did that. I'm looking, going, well, we're kind of the 2. Because I don't know if Elendor counts as a Thane also.
Yes.
So,
but less
we're the 2
so.
Thanes.
Yeah.
Less Thaney?
Well, they're by trade, they're a skirmisher. They're light infantry.
Right.
So their job would be more like, absent being assigned to you, which is something you've been doing a lot just because you have that clout and the 2 of you get along. They would be leading like a group of militia skirmishers, which would be the like most junior warriors of the clan.
Okay.
So like, whereas you are like leading cavalry, they would be leading like the brand new young adults who can't afford heavy armor.
Okay. Do we actually have cavalry in our clan though?
Yeah, you and Dirtast. And there's a handful of others. Like you're probably looking at a single digit number of horse.
It's all right.
But more than the 2 of you. But not a lot more.
Yay. A few more.
Yeah, actual proper cavalry is rare. You have a fair number of what we would consider dragoons, right? People who can ride but fight on foot.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't call them dragoons in this setting. It's just a useful term out of character. In any event, yeah, that's kind of what you're looking at. So you can set up your watch orders, and we'll kind of see who it falls on whenever this happens. But the first 2 days, not a lot goes on. You arrive the next day, you do prep work and things. The elves are like carrying out a lot of, like, so there's a lot of people scurrying around. You see things in the trees that you probably didn't see last time, like little animals or something that look like they're made of wood, like they're like look like little bundles of sticks and things that are kind of moving around.
Runners?
Yeah, that's what you would call them. And then if I can find them, I want to try to get their description correct here. I don't really know what a pixie looks like in this setting, but there's pixies too. Maybe they're under Eldrami. So you've got your actual elves, of which there are a couple different kinds. Pixies look like flowers and stuff. So they look like little tiny elves with gossamer wings, and their hair often resembles flowers. Their skin color is usually flower-like. So you have like elves that look more like pine trees and elves that look more like oaks here. You have some dryads around. You have a bunch of runners, so little bundle creatures living in the trees. You see flitting through the air now and then little groups of what are pixies. Shaughnessy made them for Eldraya out of some spare magic left over from the creation of the world. So Pinnaker probably tells you that when he sees you looking at them. He just tells you, those are pixies. They were made out of spare magic for Eldraya by Shaughnessy.
I was going to say, while we may be busy doing warrior-y things, I'm not actually pushing Mardina at all to do that and leaving her completely to her own devices to record and make drawings and so forth.
That's what she does. So you see back and forth. You'll see little groups of pixies flit through the air. You can hear their little tinkling laughs, carried by the wind. And there's a lot going on. There's a lot of tasks being done, a lot of people scurrying to and fro. You hear song at times. There's a big ritual, and you all can feel that by this third day. You can feel the magic in the air. Something's obviously happening. You just aren't very involved in it. You're on the edges of it, so that's neat. Unfortunately, guys, there's no way we're running the actual combat encounter this session. Sorry, we're not going to get there. The only way for it to have been feasible would have been to just be all right, we're at the Elves, let's do that thing.
That's fine.
And I didn't want to do that, so.
No, that's fine. This game is moved at a perfect pace for it, so I'm not upset at all about it. I'm just we have a long gap we'll be having in this time, and I'm ready for it, but that's all right.
No, I feel you. Just like I said, make some notes about what you're doing. That way you have it with you when we are able to get together next. I know there's going to be a little gap. Our viewers will not experience that gap, so if you're listening, there should not be any delays. It's just an us thing. We have a backlog that kind of insulates you from that, but we still have to experience time at a 1-to-1 ratio. So
I will take a little time some point in there and just have a conversation with Mariah, who I had before, and say we end up talking to the Orlanthe and kind of note what I've noticed, because I think there's a pretty okay, this might be completely outside of my character's knowledge, so I guess maybe I'm stepping out. There's a pretty anti-lunar presence around parts of Carol Finn.
Yes.
I don't know where she is and all that, and I'm not going to ask her, but I'm just pointing out I'm pretty sure they're rebels against the Empire.
She you approach her, and when you start to talk about that, the group and the leader, she gets kind of a dismissive look. But when you mention that you think they're rebels, she looks more her expression turns thoughtful, but she doesn't really give you anything else unless you want to roll insight or something to see if you can see what's going on behind her.
I don't really want. I'm not really looking for it. I'm kind of thinking that this somehow Kathea's ended up being this very empathetic character for a warrior type. She's actually looking at him thinking they haven't turned to brigandry, and they probably wouldn't if they can get to a place where they aren't pushed to it.
Mm-hmm.
So my thought is telling the Yomelians from Oudature is not a good plan.
Right.
But telling the women from the Earthshaker Temple might offer an opportunity and connections that gives these guys somewhere to go. And I'm not really sure I want to be part of it. I think I just kind of set the seed, plant the seed, as it were, and let it go. And then it's well, that's not my problem. I did what I could.
Proud of you.
For what?
All the subtle crap.
And she's subtle. She tries.
Because the Mandarin may adopt him.
Yeah, I was trying to keep that from happening. I'd also contemplated if we're going to go to the Forest of the Undead, they might go there with us and boost our numbers. So we're going to go there. I don't know if I want to go with a group of 5 of our best with us and 3 of our best friends.
I am in no way encouraging or discouraging you from going to the Woods of the Dead. That is up to you. It was just a rumor.
I know, but you put it out there, and we're player characters. And it's we have to go check it out. It sounds too cool now.
Right.
But I do like the idea of, in the background, without Kathea's knowledge, Sionnarios working to get Kathea's enemy to go off there on his own. Maybe he'll bring great glory onto himself and do good things.
Right. Maybe he'll die. Either way.
Yeah. Or maybe he'll kill the ghoul and die himself and solve, the world will just be a better place.
He'll probably be that lucky. So on the third day that you're there, that night, as you're variously sleeping or standing guard, I'm going to roll a quick randomizer here, see when it happens. We're going to kick off a good old-fashioned cliffhanger, I believe. Okay, so all of you are asleep, actually. And on Elendor's watch, they wake you quietly and tell you there's movement in the woods. The other parties are rousing. we should be ready.
And that's when we fade out and
Yep,
run the
that's
credits.
the fade to black. All right, cool. So, anyways, join us in the next episode to see if the party makes it or not. We don't know yet. And that's that. See you in the next one.